actually the same step as you wrote above. So step number 1 says define the parameter in context. Well, you're just going to rewrite what we wrote for step 2 because it's the same question it's wanting. So I'll just put look at step 2, okay, or write step 2 down, unless you want to rewrite it, okay. But we're dealing with the same problem, so there's no reason for you to have to rewrite it. Step 2, write out the formula. So it's x bar plus or minus t times s over the square root of n. Okay, that's the formula that's given. Number 3, enter the data. So we've already done that from the steps above, so there's no reason to do it again. Okay, so data is given. Okay, you already took the time to enter it. You found out what you needed already, so there's no reason to do it again. So step 4, for that, identify and label all of your inputs. So we've done that also. So you're just going to rewrite basically all of this, okay, down here for step 4 again. Just rewrite it because you've already identified what all those are. Okay. Step 5, you're calculating what t is equal to. And did we do that up here? Yeah, so t is equal to 3.581. Okay. Actually, no, it won't be the same because we have to do it based off this confidence interval. So if you follow the steps off to the side, it tells you how to do that. So you're going to go to, clear this out, you can go to second vars. So second vars, okay, that's not it. So second vars, okay, and it says to choose inverse t. So you're going to choose option number 4 now. So we're not going to be using inverse norm. So you can choose inverse t, and you're going to plug in. So now this only requires 2 numbers, okay? It doesn't require 3 like inverse norm did. So how did I get 0.025 here for area? Yeah, so 1 minus 0.95 divided by 2. That gives you 0.025. And then to figure out the degrees of freedom, that this df, you do n minus 1. So that's 24 minus 1. So that's how I put 23 there. So you put those numbers in, hit paste. So this lets you see that this only requires 2 numbers now. So you're not going to be using 0 and 1, okay, for like inverse norm. And then that's going to give you your t value. So you're just going to write this as a positive number, like you did last week also. So positive that. So t equals, so was it 2.069? So 2.069? Yeah. So positive 2.069. Step 6, what's that? Plug in and calculate the confidence interval. So step 6 would be x bar. So you're gonna plug in everything. You're gonna plug in all the letters. So it's gonna be 16.625 plus or minus t. So 2.069 times s over the square root of n. So plus or times 2.223 over the square root of 24. Okay. Plug everything in. Please don't try to figure out your confidence interval by hand because there's a way to do it on the 84. Okay. So you plug your variables in. Step 7 is where you actually write it out. So you come back over here, just like you did last week. Go to stat. Scroll over to test. Which one are you going to use now? T interval, okay? You're not going to use T interval, so you're going to choose option 8. So, option 8. 2 more. Okay, just enter stats. When you do that, you should see I think all the 3 things are already plugged in for you, okay? Because you've entered the numbers into the list and you did stats on it already. So you're going to see that it saves you time because they're already entered. Just make sure it's the right confidence level, which it is, 95%. And then hit calc at the bottom. and it's going to create the confidence interval for you. So enter, and then that's what you're going to write for step 7. Okay, that interval right there. So step 7, the interval is 15.686, comma 17.564. Okay, and then step 8 is where you write out the conclusion for the confidence interval, or you follow the template, but you don't have to. You can cross out step 9, okay? Because step 8 and step 9, in a way, are kind of saying the same. They're stating the same, kind of the same idea. So step 8 is where you'd write all that out. So we are 95% confident that the true population mean for the average number of hours per term lies within the interval, and then you just rewrite this from step 7 there in that blank. Okay, so kind of the same thing. Okay, it's nothing new, except we're dealing with questions that don't provide us with a sample average, and they don't provide us with a sample standard deviation. So we're not able to use the same test as we used last week. It's a little different, okay, but the same process, same 2 processes that we were working on last week. So that's the bulk of it.